Welcome everybody, welcome to the channel. My name's Elizabeth. I'm a flight attendant for a major US carrier and you guys seem to like that reaction video, so let's do another one. I'm also actually in the middle of a vlog right now because I flew this weekend. I might fly tomorrow, can't decide if I want to or not. And having my husband answer questions about being married to a flight attendant, but I'm gonna shoot this one because they're fast and easy to get out before the vlog gets out. And I'm looking at this first video, I've got it queued up to watch, and I can already tell you it's my carrier. And I've never done this, I don't think, but let's watch it. All right, so I have never done this, but can I tell you another funny story about this? Is they used to do toilet paper races. We could still do this during takeoff. I don't know. But you would have 2 rolls of toilet paper and you would roll them down the aisle while we're in, takeoff when we're past 10,000 feet, but still trying to head towards cruising altitude. So this is really fun. I've never done it, but don't get weird about the snacks and them being on the ground and being like, ew, I'm not eating that. It's just being fun. I think I know where this is going. Now, I can't say that this has ever happened to me, but I mean, if you're a woman or someone who spends a lot of time on your hair, regardless if it's a wig or just your regular hair, I went and curled my hair, you don't want to have to mess with your hair. And a lot of people don't think about that when you're running to the airport and you have to take your hat off. Now, this is a big deal because her hair is attached to her hat, but you got to take all that stuff off. You got to, if you have like a hoodie on that zips up or a shacket as we're entering fall, winter, you got to take all that stuff off. So you got to remember when you're planning your look, what has to come off for TSA. But that was good. That was hilarious.
Our flight was delayed for 2 hours, so I airdropped everyone an apology from the pilot.
Have you guys ever been on a plane and had some random person send you an airdrop? I always deny them. My middle child, my 12-year-old stepdaughter, she loves to do this. She loves to just airdrop random things, and I always deny it. I'm afraid of airdrops from random people because I think someone's gotten kicked off. Like, this has become like a security incident. Obviously, this was a fun-loving type of thing, but this has actually become like a security thing. Like, people have put like threatening things on airdrops. So it's funny, it's cute, but I would warn you to be careful when you're considering airdropping things to people, what you're putting. An apology from the pilot, that's pretty funny. Passive aggressive. Okay, there's a hot debate and I need you guys to put in the comments how we want to phrase this. Do you recline or no recline or recline? So are you a recliner? Put recline. Or how about easier to spell? I'm a bad speller. Seat back, yes, or seat back, no. What camp are you in? This is controversial. Putting your seat back. The way that airlines have put seats so close together, it can be in your face if someone reclines. Now, my airline has I don't know if it's how you phrase it, the widest pitch or the deepest pitch, but our seats because our whole plane is economy, we have the furthest distance between the back of the seat and the next seat. I believe that's called pitch. My carrier has the best pitch in the industry, but our seats do recline. Now, a couple of the ultra low budgets like Spirit and Frontier, their seats don't recline. I'm not a big recliner, I never have been. Have you ever seen that scene in The Last Holiday with Queen Latifah where she's like trying to recline? No, the guy in front of her is trying to recline his seat and she's like pressing the call button and like asking the guy to not recline, and she's like holding her cocktail, and their whole big thing is like, if you had chosen to fly in one of her cocoons in first class, this wouldn't be an issue. And she upgrades in the middle of the flight, which I don't think is possible, but controversial. So in the comments, I need to know, recline yes, recline no. What team are you on? One camp. What do you think? This is a controversial topic.
Here comes the screaming kid. Love to fly. Gotta be my seatmate.
I feel bad for the mom, you guys. Okay, my children, my youngest is 7, but that doesn't mean kids can't throw temper tantrums. This is also another hot button topic. So at my airline, you know, we do not assign seats. You have more of a choice. If you get on and there's a baby or a screaming kid, you have more of a choice to not sit next to them. I'm pretty sure this is the kid was like in the aisle and they were passing by. I always say, because my carrier, we board in the A group, B group, and the C group. A group gets to sit anywhere. B group typically sits in the back and C sits in the center. But you do have a little bit more control, because when you're flying another carrier where they assign seats or you get to pick a seat, you have no idea, unless you're flying in a party of 3 and you take all 3 seats, you have no idea who's gonna be next to you or around you. And I have such mercy for moms with babies. That might not be the case for you, but that's a hard situation for the people around you. That's why you need a good pair of noise canceling headphones. Get yourself some noise canceling headphones and eliminate this situation, because babies are gonna cry. They're gonna cry. Let's watch the next one. Ooh. Oh, yeah, okay. You can't control your kids screaming, but you can control this. Don't let your kids do this, please. Don't let your kids do this. Remember that there are people around you. Babies are gonna cry, and I always tell moms, don't worry about it, you know, because they'll get so flustered. Parents will get so flustered. And this is a hard situation. An 8-hour flight with a toddler, that is hard. But let me tell you, parents, you gotta come prepared. You gotta bring snacks of your own. You gotta bring stuff for them to do. If you're a no tablet, no electronic family at home, you know, more power to you, but you gotta bring something for them to watch, especially on an 8-hour flight. That is tough. That is tough for the parents, but you can't let them ruin everybody else's flight around you. Yeah, that's a tough one. That's a tough one, but no. No. That's also why I don't really want to work for a legacy carrier that does 8-hour flights. 5-hour flights to Hawaii. 5-hour flight, I think, is pretty much our longest. I love a 2-hour wham bam, thank you ma'am kind of flight. You can ask my husband, this is me. That is so me. So what I do, like, it's not always checking the passport, but the passport for us is one of our required items that we have to have. I constantly check our app for like what gate I'm supposed to be at, like what time the flight leaves. Am I on time? Is it the right time? Is it the right time? So I understand. And I get both sides of this, because I do this and then I kind of secretly judge my family members who I might travel with for doing this. I get this. Do you check and make sure you have all your travel documents all the time? Is this a you thing? I guess it's better than getting to an international flight and not having your passport. People do that. Or people whose passports are expired. Okay, this is my tip to you. Are you doing some traveling? Go check your passport.
First time at an airport.
I see where this is going. Is he gonna come out? Where is he? Is he lost in there? What happened? Where is he? Oh. Sometimes I think this would be easier. Total Recall. That's the movie I'm thinking about. Well, you got a thorough scan. That's movie, the Total Recall movie, where Schwarzenegger goes through the thing and that's where they find, is it a weapon or, I can't remember, I think it's a weapon, but they walk through those scanners and I think it's funny because I think that movie was made in the 80s or the early 90s. You remember where he goes through the body scanner? It's one of those things where it just seems so futuristic. I mean, this is what we have. We just, you know, we don't lay down in it, but this is ultimately what we have. But you know, that movie, Total Recall, was like a total futuristic type of thing. And how could that ever become real life? But that's real life now, I guess. I don't know.
Now that's one way to always spot your luggage.
Okay, so if you didn't know, before I became a flight attendant, I originally started at my carrier on the ground in Denver, and I was a customer service agent, and I worked in the baggage service office. And I cannot tell you how many times people came marching into that office, and they're like, "You lost my luggage." And you're like, "Okay, well, what color was the bag?" "It's black." And you, "Okay, what's your name?" "Mr. Jones, Mr. Smith." And you walk out to the carousel. "Where did you come from today?" "It's not out there, blah, blah, blah." And you walk to the carousel and there's like, okay, let's say there's 5 to 10 bags, and you just start checking the name tags. But you check everyone, not just the black bags. You check the red ones, the purple ones, the multicolored ones, and you eventually find their bag because they don't remember what color their bag is. They travel once, maybe twice a year, and their bag was red. And they thought it was blue or black or whatever color it was. So I can't say this isn't a good idea. What this reminds me of is years and years ago, I need to see if I can dig out the photo. I was walking in the airport and there was this couple that was wearing very similar pants to this and they were matching. I don't think this is a bad idea because everyone forgets what their luggage looks like. Everyone.
I'm gonna go take a nap.
Ooh. I wish. This is probably the only reason I would ever want to go to a legacy carrier would be to see these sleeping quarters. This is 100% real. Most of the time it's a wide body, like a Dreamliner, a 777, not an Airbus. I think Airbus is the Dreamliner, I don't know. Those international flights where it's like a 12-hour flight, that is the type of aircraft that you're gonna have this type of accommodation. We don't obviously have that. We don't fly anything over 5 hours. We don't have wide bodies, but this, I would love to see this in real life. This is like one of the only reasons why I would ever consider switching to a legacy carrier. Never gonna happen, not worth it. And my question is, if you work for a legacy carrier and you get to sleep down there, is it comfortable? I wanna know about that. Tell me about that in the comments because I have always wanted to see that in person. If we meet each other on a flight, would you show me?
To the flight attendant who gave my screaming baby a plane tour, thank you.
That's my carrier.
Southwest, she deserves a raise.
We do deserve a raise. So I have seen a lot of different carriers with flight attendants holding babies. Funny, it's technically against policy. We can hold your things, like if you're coming on the plane and you're a mom, we can hold your things, but we're not supposed to be holding your baby unless we're sitting down. Those are the rules. But I'm glad this flight attendant went above and beyond and used common sense and good judgment and realized that in this phase of flight, that was possible to help the mom out. Because sometimes we go back to the screaming baby video, babies are gonna cry, especially if you're flying and you're not on your kid's sleep schedule. This can happen if you're a mom, if you've just had a baby get into that phase of life where they're starting to walk. It is so hard. So I will give you a tip for my carrier. If you can, take their car seat to the gate and ask the agent if there are empty seats, because the easiest way to fly with your child is in a car seat, because your children are usually used to their car seat. So you put the car seat, it goes against the window seat, you strap them in, and if they scream, at least they're strapped in. It's the safest way for a baby to fly, and it's the easiest way for mom and dad to fly. Now, I can't guarantee that there's always gonna be an empty seat. You can also purchase your child a seat, even if they're a lap child, which is under the age of 2. If you're going on a long flight, I would seriously think about buying your child a seat. Being able to strap them into a car seat or have a place for them to be is worth the extra money if you can afford it. So those are all the videos I have for you today to do reactions to. I will get back to the air, I promise. I want to be just like Charlotte Dobre and do these funny reaction videos, and you guys seem to like the first one, so hopefully you like the second one, and I will see you guys next time in the sky. Maybe.